Okay, so to have your GitHub connect and deploy to the Google Cloud, you would need to use the Cloud Run service, and then you'll need to connect your GitHub repo first, and you can do that by authenticating Google Cloud Build. So you'll need to set that up, and you'll need to pick up your repo. And once you have entered all the credentials, obviously you'll see this repo show up like this, and then you save. Just use the default options, and we will next we'll build the code, and then you can see pick the branch that you have, and then basically save it, and the build process is going to get started. Now you can see in the middle the source repo is all set. You can see there is a trigger already enabled, and you can see the configuration, so you can change the configuration the way you want. So in my case, I had to I'll probably change it to something that makes more sense. The closest region to me, and in this case it would be Toronto. And then you can see here I've already got a project ready, so I'm just going to change something unique, and you can see the endpoint has now changed as well. So this is my endpoint when I'm accessing my API after it gets deployed. You can see the pricing details on the side, but we are using the free tier, so no need to worry about that. And then we're going to use some default options. We will make our API public so we can access it from our console application, and then use it and run the test. So we won't change the other settings for now, but if you are scaling later on, if you're adding more traffic, you're expecting more and more people to use APIs, you will play around with these settings then. So at this point, we'll just use it a very basic structure, and let it create. And as you can see, the magic has already started happening. The build and deploy process is already underway, and we can check the status, and here you can see the build is happening, and it's 3 steps: the build process, the code push, and the deployment. So it takes for the first time it takes a little bit longer. So we'll let this go, and as you can see on the right hand side, there are logs getting generated, and you can see the notification also. So work is in progress, and I've seen for the very first time it may take a little bit. And over here as well, you can see the overall active status hasn't quite enabled yet. So you'll see a green check mark once everything is completed. So going back here, we're still seeing the code getting ready for the deployment, and the build process again, because it is running under a Docker on the Google Cloud platform, so it takes sometimes a little while. So we let this happen, and we can also let this sit in, and then we can also go to the repo, and here you can see my code, and what we have done here is we have a endpoint called hello that on line 27 is defined, And here you can see, we're just printing out a basic comment, but you can adjust that as you want. There are other controllers, the default controllers for weather, which I think we have left it untouched in this particular sample. So we go here back to our build process, and now we see all the check marks, so which means everything has completed, and you can see a build is ready, and you see the status as 100%, and you see the deployment status as complete. Now we see the URL, so we have this URL. We're going to copy this URL, and remember we have the hello endpoint, so that is our URL. So it's a basic console application that hits the URL with the hello endpoint, and it's a very basic one. And we have the hello endpoint, and now we will run this. The program has started, and then you can see the print of the hello from the Azure API running .NET 9 as a response coming back from the hello endpoint.